The bus stopped abruptly, and a pregnant woman, visibly exhausted, entered, searching for a seat. Her swollen belly and tired eyes spoke of the burden she carried. As she moved down the aisle, most passengers ignored her, absorbed in their phones or staring blankly. But one man, sprawled across a seat with his feet up, caught her attention. She politely asked, "Excuse me, could you move your feet?" The man sneered, not bothering to look up. "Why should I?" he retorted, dismissing her request with an arrogant tone. She asked again, this time louder, but he only smirked. Frustrated, she moved on, trying to find another seat. But as she reached the back of the bus, the driver, noticing the tension, called out, "You need to get off." "What?" she gasped, shocked. The driver repeated his demand, his voice cold. With no choice, the woman got off, humiliated, as the other passengers either whispered or chuckled. The incident went viral almost immediately. The pregnant woman's mistreatment sparked outrage online, and the man and the bus driver were soon identified. While social media buzzed with anger, the woman, however, had a much more calculated plan in mind. This wasn't just about public shaming. She wasn't the type to seek revenge through petty means. Unknown to many, the woman was a former high-powered finance executive who had taken time off during her pregnancy. She had connections, resources, and a network that could make powerful things happen. Quietly, she reached out to those she knew in the corporate world. Her first target was the bus company. She explained the entire situation, how she'd been humiliated, discriminated against, and unfairly thrown off the bus. She didn't just tell her side, she framed it as an opportunity for the company to improve its policies and make systemic changes. The message was clear: she wasn't seeking vengeance, but she wanted accountability. Her efforts worked. The driver was suspended as the company launched an internal investigation. But it didn't end there. The woman had quietly contacted influential people, exposing the driver's actions and the company's lack of proper training on handling vulnerable passengers. The pressure mounted. Soon, the man who had refused to move his feet found himself facing scrutiny from his colleagues and clients. What had started as a simple act of cruelty had quickly spiraled into a career-threatening scandal. The most shocking part of her revenge came when she filed a lawsuit against both the driver and the bus company, citing emotional distress, discrimination, and mistreatment. Armed with a skilled legal team, the woman took her case to court. Her story resonated with the public. She wasn't just a victim of a momentary injustice, she was standing up for all those who had ever been overlooked or mistreated. The media covered her fight extensively, making her an unexpected symbol of strength and resilience. Throughout the trial, the company faced increasing pressure. Her legal team was relentless, presenting clear evidence of the bus driver's wrongdoing and the company's failure to address passenger concerns. Ultimately, the company agreed to settle, compensating the woman for the emotional and physical distress caused by the incident. But that wasn't all. The company was forced to implement new policies, including mandatory sensitivity training for its employees and a formalized procedure for dealing with vulnerable passengers. In the end, the woman's revenge wasn't about getting even, it was about creating lasting change. The experience didn't just alter her life, it brought attention to the systemic issues that often go unnoticed, especially by those in positions of power. Her story sparked wider discussions on respect, empathy, and accountability in customer service. As the dust settled, the pregnant woman walked away not just with compensation, but with a newfound sense of empowerment. She had turned an appalling situation into an opportunity for change, not just for herself, but for anyone who had ever been mistreated. While the man who had mocked her might have thought he had the upper hand, it was the woman's quiet determination and intellect that ultimately gave her the final word. Her shocking revenge left a mark not just on the bus driver or the company, but on everyone who heard her story. She had proven that real strength doesn't come from lashing out, but from using one's power and influence to bring about change.